went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way.
Chairs. Yes, we can use them. And I have to, my back is dead. Okay, so you can just keep on there.
Test, test. Are you in your ears?
Yep.
Good.
You got me? Great.
welcome to Nike Field at Wingate Institute for Physical Education and Sports in Netanya, Israel, where today we will see the 2018 FIL World Lacrosse Championships play out for everyone except for the final two teams. The United States and Canada, they will play the championship game tomorrow. Everyone else today is playing for their final seeding. In this game, well, it's for 29th place, but it's for a little bit more than that in the eyes of the two teams, and they are Belgium and Argentina. And although they're playing for 29th place, well, both of these teams are looking at how they can go home with a 500 record. And that would be their best showing. I mean, it already is the best showing for these teams, but that would be a showing that was as good or better than anything they could have expected. I'm Chuck Jaffe. I'm joined right now and all day today by Matt Jewers. He is assistant coach for the Swiss. And Matt, it may be for 29th place, but for these guys, it's for first, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can get on the field here, they're playing for pride. They're playing for the name on the chest, and they're going home with their heads high, and they want to make sure that they leave an impression about their lacrosse team in the lacrosse world community today. Absolutely.
So we'll tell you a little bit about how these teams got here as we get things started. Mario Carugati with the face-off win for Argentina. Brings that in, shoots from the outside, and it will stay with the Argentinians. And so, Argentina, and I have been very familiar. If you're in Argentina and you're here, you've become very used to my voice, because I have done all but one of their games here at the World Championships, which is somewhat unusual because I've done more than half of the teams, and there are 46 teams here. But Argentina opened by losing to Sweden 13-5, then beat Hungary 14-6, and the Czech Republic 12-8. They lost to Greece 12-9, lost to Slovakia 10-9 on a game in which they had a chance to tie it up with 1 second left and just rang a shot off the post as Matt Gudis fires that one wide. Then they got a rematch with Sweden and lost again before beating Spain yesterday 16-12. For the Argentinians, Alex Weber is their leading scorer. He's got 22 goals and 7 assists. But you'll also see contributions from Matt Gudis, who missed that one shot, and Octavio Bernabo, both in double figures in goals. And the bigger story for them from an injury perspective, they are missing Austin DeButz, the former Princeton standout, who kind of was a jack of all trades for them, and he got injured hamstring. We will see if they are playing with Nicholas Reed. And actually, Reed is on the field now, so he was a game-time decision. Matt, a lot of game-time decisions here because, well, quite honestly, you know, it's been a long tournament. Everybody's a little beaten up.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is now is that 23 roster is coming into play for a lot of teams, a lot of fatigue. Guys are really at the end of the tournament. Your older players are really, really feeling it. You're going to see a lot of younger players trying to get a lot of burn on the field and trying to learn and develop and see. Coach wants to see what the future looks like. You know, you want to give the older players a great send-offs, you know, get their last licks in on a world stage, but you also want to make sure that the younger players get that experience. So you might see a lot of dead legs, maybe some sloppy play, trying to, you know, get there, but can't really get there anymore because it's not the first day. And the Tanya Heat, you know, as you mean, you know, Chuck, is no joke. It'll get you. You know, it's a long day.
So right now, Tim DeQuesta, and he scores. Tim DeQuesta, the Mount Olive product, played at Mount Olive College in North Carolina. Gets the first goal of the game as he slides a bounce shot past Mike Gavazdin to make it 1-0 in favor of Team Belgium. And let me tell you a little bit about how Belgium got here because, well, that's important as well. Belgium lost to the Czech Republic 15-8, lost to the Philippines 11-4, beat Colombia 7-6 and Turkey 12-7, then Korea 17-8 before losing again to the Czech Republic. They beat Poland 12-11, so common opponents there. Czech Republic is the common opponent, and Argentina beat the Czechs. Belgium lost to them. That might tell you what you could expect, but not if we wind up with easy stops like that for goalie David McKeels.
Chuck, I had the pleasure of calling the Poland-Belgium game, and that was a tight one. They went right down to the wire. So I'm curious to see how much Belgium has in the tank, because they went back-to-back, and this Argentina team is by absolutely no means a pushover. And I want to see how long they can go today at top speed against another strong opponent.
Yeah. And this is part of the vagaries of the schedule for the Argentinians. It's their 8th game in 9 days, but their break was at the beginning. They basically have had 7 days, I want to say, in a row.
Well, there's a famous coach up where I'm from originally, in Boston, who says there's no days off. And that's especially true here. You might think you have a day off here, but you're scouting and the players are recovering and doing a little bit of extra work. And once you get going here, that day off seems like it was 3 weeks ago.
So, ball comes away to Jeremy Jochmans. Jochmans to Emil Drevers. 2 Drevers brothers here. They play for different teams in the Belgian league. And the Belgian league, we'll talk a little bit about that and the sort of difference in how you develop lacrosse. The Belgian league has 10 teams and they're all close together because Belgium is such a small country. Now with the ball, that's Kyle Baker. Kyle Baker played his collegiate lacrosse at Merrimack. He played for the Vermont Voyagers, and he's a Boston area guy, as is Matt and me. That shot, a little too much club for Baker. Carries way outside.
And he is shown, especially when I called the game yesterday, that he is highly efficient, and he is very apt at putting the ball in the back of the net in a hurry. And Argentina really wants to know where he is on every offensive possession.
Well, they've got Raul Mendy, who's a rising senior at Tufts, matched up. And even when Mendy slides like he did now, they're pretty quick to try to make sure they've got someone there. And in that case, they did, and it worked out to their benefit.
So that will definitely be a matchup to watch all day today.
Absolutely.
Because who wins that one will dictate, I guess, I'm going to say the outcome of the game, or at least on that end of the field.
Mike Gavazin with the ball. Well, Baker has 22 goals and a couple of assists. Weber, we said, for Argentina, also with 22 goals. Mike Gavazin. Now let's ask a question here, Matt. We'll see if you can get the trivia question. When you see Mike wearing, in this heat, sweatpants, where did Mike Gavazin play his college lacrosse?
Mike Gavazin played, I want to say, I know he's a brother Andrew.
Yes, he does.
He has a brother Andrew.
As offsides gives the ball back.
I want to say he played at Hofstra?
No, his brother played at Hofstra. He played at Johns Hopkins. Those sweatpants kind of the trademark for many years of Johns Hopkins goalies.
Oh, you got me on that one. And
I didn't think, I've been thinking everybody knew it, but not everybody does, I guess. So we've been joking because, of course, I grew up on Hopkins lacrosse. My sister was a Johns Hopkins grad, so it's where I was kind of exposed to the game. Well, so here's Baker working Mendy, and Mendy absolutely relishes that assignment, and then he takes it away as Baker loses his footing. Ball comes out to Angelo Beacon-Paglia. Paglia is obviously Beacon-Paglia, an Italian, so he is known to his teammates as El Tano, Tano for Italian. So here comes the Argentine offense. A little bit different today in that they brought Alex Weber off and he's playing up high. They sometimes do that in an invert, but he seldom has left the field. Volatile there, marked by Arthur Mila. Now it's Weber with the ball.
I'm curious, I like this open set, to see if we can get some action going, maybe some dodging, one-on-one some work, and hopefully there, inside roll, nice job.
Inside roll indeed, as Alex Weber takes Brendan Murphy to the cooker, gets the inside roll, and we'll see what the foul is, but if it's more than a push, it'll be Argentina tied at 1-1 and with a man up coming.
Oh.
So we'll wait to see the call here. So indeed, it's going to be a push, and we will be at full strength. So it's Jesse Henning going out to take the face-off for Belgium. against Mario Carugati. Caruga, as he's known to his teammates, found out he was going to be facing off and basically put in a ton of work, but he wasn't really expected to be their face-off guy, and he had the bad matchup with Sweden where they had Luke McCallion, one of Vermont's face-off guys. But other than that, he has played really well and stopped the problems they were having in the first round. Without him making that effort, for as much as he's not been the scorer the way Gudis and Weber have been, Caruga's contribution has been huge on this team. Beacon Palya takes away the ball. Matt Gudis, speaking of Vermont products, Gudis, now Gudis, big outside shooter with both hands, but he does prefer his left.
Well, we'll have to watch that. I mean, if with both hands, but if you like to, you'll see a lot of maybe rollbacks to get those left hand free to get him on the cage. The Belgian goalie, as far as I remember, he is the backup goalie. They unfortunately lost their goalie the day or day before.
Fed into Weber.
Oh, tickling the crease there, tiptoe.
Yeah, Weber gets his second of the game.
Little happy feet right there.
Well, but that right there is really what Argentina does. And as I've been saying throughout the tournament, Argentina is built to grind. They are not a team that is going to try to run with you. They're not a team that is great. They have come from behind multiple times, but they have to grind it to get from behind.
And that helps, especially with the heat and this type of long tournament. Teams are playing different types of teams and styles. As long as your guys, the grinder team, can really knuckle down and continue to really just grind it out, then you're in really good shape, because teams don't want to see that third, fourth quarter. They want to be done. They want to get on the bus. They want to go, relax in the ice bath. So that's a great model to have, and the heat helps.
Yeah. Well, and this is a team that they are grinders. In their game against Slovakia, they fell behind. They worked it back. They get and that's what they do. But if you can get ahead of them, you can choke them off at some point, because they don't have a guy, even as good as Gudis is, even as good as Weber is, they don't have a guy who's going to be, give me the ball, I'm going to do everything to get it done. Teams that have that really good speed, that have the ability to generate a fast break sort of out of nothing, those are teams that can come back. As much as in the game against Spain yesterday, Spain showed an ability to come back, and it was back and forth up until the end. Spain showed an ability to come back every time they got down, because they were able to push the break, and suddenly, although they couldn't do much necessarily in their settled offense, on the break, they were tic-tac-toe, and all of a sudden the ball's moving. Argentina, I've covered them for 7 games. I've seen only a handful of fast break goals, and even those have been, here's a ball that kind of rolls out, gives the guy an opportunity, rather than we'll generate our own. So that's what I mean by that. Now, what we hear about Belgium, and you've seen them and I have not to this point, is that Belgium has really good speed. So that the speed teams, that's what they can do.
Well, and they also have Baker. So they know that if they push the ball and get it to him, he's going to be able to create something. And they also understand, like, if we push, we can get to certain spots on the field, and we can get our hands free, and we can get good shots off. So I like to see that. Being familiar with some, over the pond lacrosse in Europe and stuff like that, it's a rarity, because they're very more deliberate. Right. So for Belgium to be able to push like that, it really puts other teams on their heels, and it gives them a real good sense of confidence, especially coming back.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Corum Watches. Since 1955, Corum has adopted creativity and boldness as its guiding principles. Corum is the official timekeeper of the 2018 FIL World Championships. Learn more about Corum at corum-watches.com. That's Corum, CORUM-watches.com. Chuck Jaffe and Matt Jewers here calling the action from Nike Field. And Carugati moved early, so the ball goes back to the Belgians. Emil Drivers gets the ball behind to Cuesta, who had the first goal. It is 2-1 in favor of Argentina. Ball cycles high. Diego Spilabine with it now. They change, get the rest of their offense in.
Chuck Spillabine put on an absolute laser show yesterday against Poland when they decided to shut off Baker. So he's a threat as well as Baker. So hopefully maybe we'll see some shots from him as well.
Matched up with Juan Ignacio Sustersic. Fed up high to Baker, and he scores. Kyle Baker, little off-ball movement gets him free, and when he's free and has time and room, that spells trouble.
Belgium likes it. You can tell them they got their own little chant for him. So, you know, you can tell that the Belgium team is in the game, on the bench, on the field. So we'll see what happens. But that was just a really well-played shot as well. I mean, as a goalie, you're coming off the corner there, stick low, nice bounce shot. You know, low and away.
Well, and these fields, today they look dry. They don't look, we're getting the high bounces that we have seen already today, as opposed to some of the spongy bounces we've had in a couple of other days. Karuga with the ball out, gets it down to Bernabo in front. Volatile stuffed by McKeels. Octavio Bernabo picks up the loose ball.
That's one more step the other way, and that's a goal every time. So, you know, that they just got to get used to that. You know what I mean? That goes back to your grinder thing. I don't think they were used to the fast break on that one.
So Gudis gives the ball over to Nicholas Reed. Reed was a game-time decision today. He kicks it over to Lucas Sabatini. Here's Gudis, matched up with the long pole. By now, everybody scouted everybody. They know what they're facing. Volatile.
Yeah, the feel-out process is over now. You're going to see some sets from Argentina that they want to run and who they want to isolate on and take advantage of, and vice versa for Belgium, who they want to isolate and try to take the ball away from.
Sabatini, fed in front. Bernabo handles the bouncing ball, gets himself in front.
Ooh.
Sort of lost it. It looked like the ball was coming out a little before the shot. Shot it anyway, and the good news was it didn't go, you know, just kind of up in the air into the other team. So now it's Weber, who's already got two. I'm sorry, Volatile. Oh, feet in front by Volatile. Bernabo couldn't handle it, and McKeel does. McKeel's, and yes, it was Jonathan Lefevre, Belgium's other goalie. I don't know for sure if he was starter or reserve. That I could not tell you, but he did break his hand early in their first game against the Czech Republic.
He actually was their starter. That was confirmed yesterday in the game from the Belgian coach, because they didn't know if he was going to go, but I guess it was a significant blow. But the goalie in the cage for them has done a great job, especially coming in, not knowing what he really was going to be doing in these games. He's really stepped up and done a great job for them.
Saved by Gavazdin on Baker. So the ball kicks up. Nowak with the ball, guarded by Reed. Gets that up high.
Look at Baker's floating around. No one's on him. I would probably.
Vazden with another save. Not quite sure why they did a panicky clear, but ball's kicking around. Comes up with Emil Drevers. Runs away from the pressure of Matt Gudis.
Now, an adjustment for me, Chuck, in the FIL is there's no over and back, and there's no time limit to clear. So that has been, for me, you know, coaching, you know, in the States, has been a very big adjustment, you know. So
let's set the lineup here. Yeah, there's a lot that has to be said. Some of those rules are changing, by the way, in terms of over and back. I believe that's one of the rules that has been approved for a change. So they're setting their offense. We'll do it with them. Tim DeQuesta just came out. Diego Spillabine is out. Flags coming out as Spillabine takes a spill.
Really?
Yeah, well, come on.
Come on. All right, you're better than
It's
that.
right
though.
there.
You're better than that,
It's
though.
right there.
Come on.
So they'll bring out, for Belgium, they get their first man advantage. Luca Vato Brendan Murphy, Kyle Baker, and Baker will be up high on this. Then De Cuesta and Tibor Vanden Wildenberg, who I believe has the longest name of any player in the tournament. He can't handle that pass down low. He was wide open. Pressed by Beacon Pallia, even though they're man down.
That was a gamble and a half down there. You know, you kind of want to let them pick it up and keep your offense set, defense set. You know, you pull yourself out like that. Now you're playing 4 on, 6 if he picks the ball up.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened. Now the ball's back to Baker. He feeds it over. Murphy down low. And stuck there by Tibor Vanden Wildenberg.
Longest name, shortest shot. He shot from the shortest distance from the goal, and
Exactly
that
right.
man up.
So it's 3-2 in favor of Belgium, and we've gone a little bit of back and forth here. Belgium was up 1, Argentina tied it. Argentina took a lead, Belgium tied it. Now Belgium's taking a lead back. So we haven't been playing for that long, but we've already had 3 lead changes.
And if that's the case for the rest of this game, buckle up, because this is going to be an interesting one.
Well, that's basically what it was yesterday between Argentina and Spain till the end.
And that was the opposite with Belgium and Poland. We went right to the wire and ended up Belgium ended up saving it with some really great face-off work at the end.
Tomas Ley with the face-off win gets the ball back. I mean, honestly, Vanden Wildenberg may not be big enough to have his name on his back. He's not a big man. He's just got that big name. Baker.
Doesn't matter. They don't measure you when you put the ball in the back of the net. They just say.
And he's got it again. Shot this one wide. I'm just saying, like, his name comes over to his shoulders.
He didn't pick it. He did not pick that net.
It wasn't faulting him.
Yeah, well,
So we get back on offense for Belgium. Baker with the ball there. Drevers. Jeremy Jokmans gets that ball behind. Now gets it back. Jokmans. Drevers. Fed in front. Ball is tipped. So it stays with Art. Oh.
Welcome to the FIL
I guess not.
World Champions. We have Sweden and Czech Republic.
Chuck, with Baker being the threat that he is, and no one's really checking him lately, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't try to get him the ball and kind of have him initiate and either take the shot or at least feed the guys for some quality shots.
Well, I think that there's also a little bit of let's try to arrange our offense so that we can get better. I mean, it's not just as Nicholas Reed shot from outside, an easy stop for David McKeels.
Yeah, the question is, was that a shot or was that a pass to the goalie?
McKeels tosses the ball back into his crease so he can avoid pressure. Ball comes up with Emil Drevers. Drevers working on Reed there. Just kind of shrugs him off. Nice check by Reed on the backside. That trail check. Got surprise, Emil.
Yeah, that looked like a setup. That looked like he lulled them to sleep and said, "Ha-ha!"
Yeah, nice defense there. And that allows the Argentinians to get back on the offense. Beacon Pallia.
The Argentinians need to really focus on quality shots like that one. There you go.
And Beacon Pallia, Angelo Beacon Pallia, Eltano gets his first. He has not scored many in this tournament, but that one ties things up at 3. Now I'll point out to the fans at home, if you're hearing other anthems and wondering what is going on, our broadcast position here at Nike Field is between 2 fields, and a game is about to start behind us, so they are singing the anthem there. While I'm reminding you of that, I'm going to point out that Epic Lacrosse, the leader in technologically advanced lacrosse equipment, is proud to be the official head, shaft, glove, and arm protection of the 2018 FIL World Championships in Netanya. Epic is proud that so many teams from around the globe trusted it for all of their gear needs here. Epic Lacrosse, live, play, be. So we can't see the clock to tell us what we've got in terms of time. Yeah, the clock does not, either it's not working or we can't see it from our angle. But I believe this is the quarter break. So we're going to take a break with them. and find out what exactly is going on. Our score here on Nike Field at Wingate Institute for Physical Education and Sport. It's Argentina 3, Belgium 3. You're watching the 2018 FIL World Championships on the ESPN family of networks.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and Flanagan.
My new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery. Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore and
But I
Flanagan.
think it should go
Bigger
over
selection.
there with gentlemen.
Better service.
Yeah.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade. Passion to protect.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
Is your insurance agent trapped? Probably. When agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop around to find you a better deal. Free to do what's right for you. Find an agent at trustedchoice.com.
Trusted Choice is the official insurance partner of the 2018 FIL World Championships. Protect what matters most. From business to home, auto and life, Trusted Choice independent insurance agents are there for you when disaster strikes. Go to trustedchoice.com to find a local agent today. And Sidewalls Lacrosse makes the first and only custom manufactured lacrosse heads that represent the style and individuality that you bring to the game. You shouldn't have to be a Picasso in order to have a custom head. Check out sidewalls.com for official 2018 FIL World Championship heads and more. That's sidewalls.com, sidewalls with a Z. Chuck Jaffe with Matt Jewers calling the action for you here. And Matt, you know, on the one hand, well, we know how long these games are, we know how hot it is here, and on the other hand, does it feel a little bit almost like too much? You talked about the international rules. Does the international timing, do you like it or hate it?
You know, it's different. You know, you just got to get used to it, much like anything else. The guy, like I coach a Swiss team, and it's a full Swiss team. They play European, they like the FIL rules, so I just go with it. They seem to really enjoy it, and if you're going to coach internationally, you got to get used to it, you know, so.
Yeah, and they affect everybody the same way, but they seem to make the games interminable. I mean, you know, for us, when a game starts running over 2 hours, that's a lot of talking.
You're used to it. You're good.
I am.
I'm working on it. I'm probably a little bit more loquacious than other people, so I can do it with you. But I think the water breaks are a little excessive, but it's just
okay, so water breaks. If there are water breaks, why are we coaching during them? Shouldn't it be make it a minute, get water, and get off? That should. I mean, in America, when they have water breaks, that nice takeaway there. That was
even nice takeaway there. We're doing a little make it. Whatever you can do, I can do better.
Lionel Janssens gets the ball over to Michiels. Michiels has an unusual throwing motion. A little back and forth at the end of that play between Michiels and Ryan Volatile.
Well, a lot of these guys, from what I understand, you know, being over in Europe and stuff, a lot of them are self-taught. I mean, they don't have a lot of quality coaching, so they learn these things. So the little
as long as the ball gets where you want it to go.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're a goalie coach. You should watch John Galloway from the United States. Has one of the most unusual throwing motions I've ever seen. And when you watch it, you go, that couldn't possibly work, and then it goes where it needs to. Nice stop by Michiels on Gudis. Gudis driving to his right.
He loves that move to the back of the net, and then I'm going to clear it and go. So, you know, like whatever works at this point. You know, Chuck, you were a goalie a long time ago. You know the little tricks of the trade. You know, whatever gets you through the game.
Yeah, I hate putting the ball on the back of the net, though. I hate it. There's not great things that come from it. You should have an idea. If your team is organized, you should have an idea of where the ball's going, so you don't have to do that.
We can actually agree on something. We are on top of that.
I mean, again, not that I couldn't or wouldn't do it in an emergency, but to me, that's the last. Something has to have gone wrong for that to happen.
But
unless you're a youth player.
But back to what I'm saying, these guys, you know, we're subject to having guys teach us things, you know, the proper way, and we teach players. These guys learn stuff from YouTube or people telling them things or things that seem like a good idea. You know, and
every now and again, you've seen it here at the games where somebody will try something and you're going, okay, they must have, you know, somebody told them along the way that was legal.
Right.
And it probably wasn't, or, you know, as we know, one of the things about lacrosse is that everyone thinks they know the rules and almost no one does. Outside shot from Baker. So they go over the top. Louis Drevers feeds the ball over the top. Kyle Baker gets his second of the game. It's 4-3 in favor of Belgium.
Yeah, the long distance dial-up connection, and turning to get that from the back of the net. Baker knows how to do it. He knows how to do it from different distances, and you got to get somebody on his hands, or bad stuff's going to happen if you're Argentina.
Today's game is brought to you in part by JBC Money, the money transfer specialist for private and corporate clients. Start saving today with bank-beating exchange rates, no fees or commissions on your international money transfer needs, and with the support for 60 different currencies. You can learn more at jbcmoney.com. Karugati moved early, and so Jesse Henning starts with the ball, drops that off. That's Emil Drevers with it now. Drevers taking a tour of Netanya.
Got ourselves a little make-it-take-it lacrosse, so let's see if the Belgium can capitalize it, or if Argentina can put their foot down and stop this, because this is not what you want to see if you're Argentina. You don't want to be back on defense, because this is going to wear you down. End of the tournament, you don't want to play any more than you have to if you're on defense. You know, if you're the goalie, you don't want to see any more shots than you have to.
So Tibor Stepman with the ball. Guillaume Nowak now coming in on his left.
It looks like Argentina's in a zone here.
Yep, playing basic 3-3. Pretty similar, pretty common for them in this tournament. But that makes it tough when you've got a guy like Baker.
Yep, you gotta get out and get in, touch hands and get back in again. You just can't sit, and sink in and let the guys rip from 10 yards in.
That shot from Guillaume Nowak went wide, but backed up by Belgium. Baker on the rock right now. Baker feeds that in front. Stopped by Gavazden, picked up by Karugati, stripped by Baker. But ball still loose. Baker tries to come up with it, can't.
Right now, I think Belgium's just outworking them on this side of the ball.
Well, they said that Mendy pushed, and so that's why Baker went into the crease. So it's Baker picking up the ball again. Belgium back on the attack. We would tell you what time it is, but in terms of game time, but we do not know.
So we're just watching lacrosse and calling a game.
That's right, and we were talking about the timing of it. I wonder if the game will feel longer or slower. Faster or slower?
It's just more time with you, Chuck. Just more time with you. Just two guys sitting in a booth with more guys.
Like I said, I wonder if the game will be longer or faster. That's how.
Yeah. Well,
Baker with the ball. Baker with the ball. Got behind. Coming out front there, Thibaut Stepman. Stepman kicks it back down. Trying to cycle the ball, get it back to Baker. Baker from the outside. Tries to put that in there. Nice pickup there. Augustin Spain.
Good overpass. Now they shifted. Here they come all over. Now they might have to come back over the other way because everyone's flowing to the ball.
So you've got a number of people who can handle for Argentina as they get the ball to Bruno Stretti. Stretti is known as Penguino.
Great nickname.
You can sort of see why with the arms right in there, right?
Great nickname.
Yeah, and Penguino got a hat trick the other day. 1, and 2, he's had more offensive production than I think anybody expected. But my favorite was still that, like the first shot he got in the tournament, he was pretty much wide open in front and he short-armed it, which of course is what a Penguino would do. That ball gets to Nico Prandi. Prandi goes full on yard sale, but the ball goes in towards Belgium's end. It's picked up.
Now, Chuck, I heard you have some really big sway here in the FIL. I think you should push for best nickname, and we'll just have for each team and see.
If you're looking at nicknames, understand that Belgium, when we talk about the Belgian national team or the Swiss national team or the Argentinian national team, this team calls themselves, they're the Belgian Beasts.
How about the Danish, the fighting pastries?
The fighting pastries.
And Luxembourg. The fighting skunks. I mean, there's all sorts of.
Are they the fighting skunks? Because we had a player who played in a game last night, actually in your game, that played for a team that was known as the Skunks.
Yeah, well, the Swiss get kind of very creative with their club name. So
Gavazden with that stop.
They have to really be careful because if Gavazden gets hot, he can just stand on his head and just shut this offense down. So they have to make sure that every shot on Gvozden is quality.
DeQuesta, who got the first one, gets another.
And that's a quality shot. That's a quality shot. Low stance by Gvozden. He dropped his, the attackman dropped his hands and then went right back over his shoulder. Just an excellent shot. He said, hey, I'm going to put it on the top cupboard where the cookies are, and I'm just going to top it.
Tim DeQuesta with his second. He's the one who is playing at Mount Olive College in Mount Olive, North Carolina.
I had an opportunity to coach against them, and they are a very good program and very competitive year in and year out. So
home of Mount Olive pickles.
That is a fun fact. You are just a plethora of knowledge.
Better be more than a plethora. We got a bunch of games to do.
I only have one with you, and then I have to actually go do some coaching. Yeah. So
Thomas Lay won that draw, taken away on that check by Luciano Aguero.
I had an opportunity to do the game with your co-conspirator Ralph, and he is also another man full of just facts.
It is part of our job. That is part of the job description for people who don't. We do what we're talking, of course, about Ralph Bednarczyk, one of the other broadcasters doing games here on the ESPN Plus, ESPN networks. So Beacon Paglia has the ball, kicks it over to Sabatini. So here's an interesting story for you, Matt, that'll tell you sort of how spoiled we are. Sabatini is one of a number of players on the Argentinian team who plays for a club called the Guerreros. As Gudis scores from the outside.
Beautiful.
There's that right-handed cannon. We said he favors the left. There's not much reason to have a favorite when you can shoot like that.
Absolutely. Just pick your poison. The other thing he took full advantage of is that dry grass. Did you see that nice high bounce? In this, if you're a goalie, if you see the ball bounce, you got to meet it at what we like to call the impact point, where it hits the ground, and get all of your goalie, which is your body, at that bounce so it hits you, because you can't just, like I like to say, glove save it, try to save it with just your stick, because it's going to bounce over you. So you got to smother it.
Interesting. Gvozden has changed the throat guard that he's wearing today. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. But as I was saying, I was talking about the Guerreros Club, and this is the difference in lacrosse around the world than it is from the United States. Sabatini is one of several guys on the team from the Guerreros. That includes Agustin Espain and Agustin Gonzalez Lopez, the backup goalie, and Mariano Flores Leches, and what have you. And these guys used to. They now have somebody who takes the goals home, but it used to be that the goal would be taken home piece by piece. Each guy would take a piece. So if the next practice, if all 6 guys or whatever don't show up, you don't have a goal.
That's just team bonding. That's just team bonding.
Yeah, but that's not something that anybody in the United States is going to ever be used to. Let me take a minute here and let everybody know that today's game is brought to you in part by Celebrite. Every day, everywhere, communities are turning to Celebrite's leading digital intelligence solutions to make a safer world more possible. Visit Celebrite.com to see how. And by Gladiator Lacrosse. Gladiator makes equipment designed and perfected by lacrosse players, specifically for lacrosse players seeking to take their game to the next level. Visit gladiatorlacrosse.com. And with 15 markets across the United States, 3D Lacrosse is America's premier provider of lacrosse training and player development services, including box field hybrid training, select travel teams, team tournaments, recruiting showcases, leagues, and more. Visit 3dlacrosse.com today. Chuck Jaffe with Matt Jewers, assistant coach for Switzerland. And Argentina has just closed the gap to 5-4 in what has been a very entertaining game. And that's part of the fun. It's interesting, Matt, of course, the way this tournament is set up in the early rounds of pool play. You kind of know each pool is going to be maybe, if you're lucky, 2 close games with a blowout. But more likely it's going to be 2 blowouts with a close game in there. And it may only be a marginally close game. Sometimes it's 3 blowouts. So you then reshuffle the deck, and you put everybody in. Teams that have gone 0-2 go with teams that have gone 0-2, teams that are 1-1, and so forth. So the result is that for some teams, they kind of fall to their level. Now, the other interesting thing is that it is entirely possible that the Czech Republic will finish ahead of Argentina, which, if it wins this game, will be in 29th place. And Argentina smoked them here. If it were not for 4 late goals as the sun had gone down, and this field is really bad if you're playing at night on the left side, it would have been that much worse. That ball goes out of bounds as Drevers could not handle the pass of Vanden Wildenberg.
Well, much like anything, everybody comes in with dreams of medals and, top 5 finishes. But as the business picks up and everyone kind of starts to shake up, and, we kind of do all the whole, this person, this team does this and this. Eventually you just play it out and see how it shakes out, and unfortunately you have really no control how things...
Yeah, the only thing that I wish is that once we get past a certain level, Gudis with the laser from the outside. Matt Gudis, we saw him hit one with his right hand, but his left is the one he likes better, and now you know why.
Yeah, he definitely showed his preference on that one, and, he stepped in, he showed, hey, you know what, you like my right? Well, you're going to enjoy my left better.
Yeah, I wish we had replay. Unfortunately, we don't here, but if you're watching us tape delayed, like if you are watching us because you've gone into the archives to find this game or any of those sorts of things, rewind that one, because that was exactly how you draw it up. And I have to ask a question. I called it a laser when he put it in. So that's my friend Tim Kennedy from the Australian Lacrosse Network.
Okay.
Says that Aussies, where we might say a guy has a cannon from the outside, they say he's got a laser. But then I was calling an Australia game, and we got into a discussion. Is it a laser? Lasers are not only known for being fast, but they're known for being accurate. So can it be a laser if you have a huge shot, but it goes wide? See, cannons are not known for their accuracy. So can it be a laser if you take that big shot, you got a huge shot, but it just kind of goes wide?
I think this is a conversation you have with a military person, and I'm a big believer in that was just a very hard shot that hit the roof, and I think you just follow your heart and go with what you feel. And if you start doing semantics, you lose the fun of it. But I can see both arguments, and I just think you go with regional, whatever you work with.
Well,
and a goal's a goal.
Exactly. Exactly. However you do it, laser, blast, cannon, Gudis
that's right.
smoked that one.
That's right.
So Argentina committed a foul that gave the ball back to Belgium. Interference call. Noack now with the ball, guarded by Bernabo.
And the most important thing is, if you're Belgium, you got to know where he is every time he steps on the field, because he just showed it doesn't matter where he is. He's throwing heat at the goalie, and it's going to end up in the back of the net if you don't get on his hands.
Nice little shake and bake move by Jochmans, but then he had one of his chin straps come undone. Refs always about safety first.
Safety first. I mean, it just goes without saying. These guys are on it. They are about player safety.
Jochmans kicks it behind to Baker. Baker.
Directing traffic back there, the old Wayne Gretzky spot.
He can lay out. He has the potential to score from behind the net.
Well, that's his box background, right? The Voyagers love that spot.
Yes, they do.
So this is, if he hangs this fenceman and he gets caught up, it's not going to be a good day for Argentina. So this is, I think he's trying to do it right now. I think he's trying to set him up.
He's looking at it. Baker.
There it is.
Scores. The shovel from Kyle Baker. His third of the game makes it 6-5 in favor of Belgium.
Do you think he learned that in Burlington? Do you think they taught him a little something?
Well, I think he might have learned it in the Boston Box League.
I heard that is highly competitive, and I think they may have taught him a thing or two.
He plays with Randy Frazier's team. Randy, my broadcast partner in New England Black Wolves, and quite honestly, he's also my business partner.
Here comes the shameless plug. You're gonna tell him? You're gonna tell me one of the goalies? I'm just teasing you.
I'm not plugging it. I'm just making sure that everybody knows that yes, I am involved. As we were talking about it, I am involved. And I do know Kyle Baker very well. When I am healthy, which I am not now, I would be playing against him as a box lacrosse goalie a couple times a year.
And it is, I will say, it is a wonderful league. It's well run and highly competitive. So Baker knows what he's doing if he's in that league. So and it was shown there.
But the truth is, he didn't learn it from us because we don't allow people to score from behind. We have to protect the goalies because one of them is me. So Spillabine with the ball waits for Luca Vito. Vito picks that up.
I'm looking for Spillabine to get involved. At least put a couple shots on net. He showed that he has the ability to score in bunches. So, I'm looking to see if Belgium at least tries to get him free off a pick or at least a clear out.
Well, he got free there as he basically trucked Perez Catan.
Chuck, that's a big difference I've seen in the FIL, especially these games. They let them be extremely physical.
Except for the quote-unquote late hits. You do anything after the whistle blows, even, just a little, you're following through, and it has a tendency to wind up being called. Gavazdin.
But everything else is on the table. Like I've seen wind-up checks. But
I think there's a reason for that, Matt. And we've been talking about language and talking about semantics. But seriously, if you came here and you wanted to put a rule book through Google Translate, it would not necessarily create something that you know. When you've got refs who speak different languages, the easiest thing for them to get is anything that is black and white. Touch this line, and you're offsides, or what have you. That is the easy thing for them to get. Hit someone late, the ball is gone, you hit somebody, that's a late hit, thus you go to the box. Those sorts of things are easy for them to recognize. What is not easy for them to recognize is the stuff where judgment is involved. But right now there's no judgment. We've got timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Our score here from Nike Field in Netanya, it's Belgium 6, Argentina 5. You're watching the 2018 FIL World Championships on the ESPN family of networks. This game is brought to you in part by Trusted Choice, the official insurance partner of the 2018 FIL World Championships. Protect what matters most. From business to home, auto and life, Trusted Choice independent insurance agents are there for you when disaster strikes. TrustedChoice.com is where you go to find a local agent today. Signature Lacrosse was built by players for players, and it's focused on revolutionizing the progression of the game. Follow Signature on Instagram at Signature Lacrosse to stay up to date on developments in products like Magic Mesh, the longest lasting, strongest performance mesh in the game. So Belgium turns the ball over, giving it back to Argentina. Argentina trailing by 1 in what has been a very entertaining game. And quite honestly, we are here to be entertained, so are you at home. That's the fun part. Gavazdin with the ball. Now, I pointed out that Gavazdin has changed throat guards. As Gudis can't handle that long pass. Nice pickup for Belgium. Peter Jan Bart got that ball. Breakaway opportunity here as they keep it hot, but they feed it inside. Unable to come up with it there, Gaspard Lenz. So here comes Australia with Beacon Palya.
Argentina here needs to possess.
And they know exactly what they need to do. They call timeout to make sure they've got possession. And see, that's the kind of thing where I think Coach Merrill Stillwell doesn't expect them to be able to do much with the fast break because they're not really a fast break team. So he doesn't mind giving up some of that transition opportunity.
And unfortunately, we don't have the clock, and then that's kind of where, as a coach, especially as a color commentator / coach, you kind of figure out where his play is, and if that's going to hurt him later on if he needs to use one or something.
Well, but a lot of here's what we do know, Matt.
Yes.
We do know that we just had the media timeout / hydration break.
Correct.
So we are underneath 9 minutes, roughly, or 10 minutes in the second quarter. And a lot of coaches, Ryan Danahy from Turkey, who I know you know, Ryan, he was doing a broadcast with me, and he talked about how he, in all circumstances, his preference is to call his timeouts within the hydration break of the second and fourth quarter. In other words, he doesn't want to waste them. He will occasionally, but his preference is always to get them set up when, for these last moments, because that's when guys are drained the most. That's when you're worried about, we got the ball now, no, we don't have it, and those sorts of things. So there is an art to it. These guys, well, it is trickier when you don't know exactly what time it's at.
Well, the big thing is, and I think you had made mention of it to it earlier, is that, and I'm still, obviously, it doesn't really much matter now because the last day is the hydration, but you can coach during it. I don't.
Yeah, I would do away with that. What I wouldn't do away with, however, is Honig's, because it's the official provider of game day apparel for referees at the 2018 FIL World Championships. Founded in 1984, Honig's is the right call for referees, umpires, and officials across all sports in the United States and around the world. Visit Honigs.com for more information. Honigs, the right call for over 30 years. Okay, Matt, so what you had there was a timeout, but what really happened during that timeout was Coach Stillwell and the 6 players on the field. That's Beacon Palya, Bernabo, Gudis, then down low, Sustersic, Alex Weber, and Volatile. They basically talked about what they were going to do. And so here you see Gudis going all the way to the corner. Now, Gudis is matched up with a short stick. However, Peter Jan Bert sort of stepped in to be the back, the double team. Now they switched off. They cycle the ball to Beacon Palya, who has a goal here today. He gets that ball down low. Volatile cannot handle it. Gudis with a good, strong check. A little surprised that that Belgium didn't perhaps take a timeout there. Now flag's coming out on Sustersic. Shall we put this delicately? The Argentinian coaches do not agree.
Yeah, they would like an explanation, and hopefully it satisfies their curiosity, because I don't think they're going to get one that actually makes sense.
Well, we've got an explanation
to them
that says that the Belgians are calling timeout. They want to set up their man up. So we will take that break with them, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the 2018 FIL World Championships from Netanya, Israel.
That goal did not go.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and Flanagan.
My new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Come together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore & Flanagan, delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery. Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore & Flanagan.
But I think it should go
Bigger
over
selection.
to the gentleman.
Better service.
Yeah.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore & Flanagan, delivering a better experience.
Welcome back to Netanya, where there are 36 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Just enough time for us to tell you that timeout in the remaining 36 seconds are brought to you in part by Quorum Watches. Since 1955, Quorum has adopted creativity and boldness as its guiding principles. Quorum is the official timekeeper of the 2018 FIL World Championships, and you can learn more about Quorum at quorum-watches.com. 36 seconds, Matt. And Belgium has the ball and the man advantage.
This is a plenty of time to get a good shot off. You want to stick one before the half. Feel good about yourself. You're Argentina. You want to get a good stop here, going into the half. You know, feeling good about where you stand for the going into the second half of the game. So
Baker.
there it is.
Stopped by
There's the staff. Can you clear it?
Loose ball. We, of course, can't tell how much time exactly is left, but pressure there by Mendy.
They must be keeping it on the field, so the players got that clock in their head. They're hitting it from the sideline, so
ultimately the ball gets sent over with Brendan Murphy, and we get to the end of the half. Raul Mendy fired up about that stop, but Argentina will still be man down when we get to the second half, I believe. So that should do it for the first half. I don't believe that was a timeout called. And that should do it for the first half. Sorry, folks, we are having technical difficulties in that we don't know exactly the time that is left because we cannot see the time clock. Time clock and scoreboard are either not functioning or they're not visible in the sunlight. So we will take a break. And I think, again, I'm watching just because the attitude says the players are waiting, but this has got to be halftime.
oh, here we go. They're trying to sort it out right now. Here's a meeting of the minds.
So we're waiting to see exactly what will happen. And we don't. So Coach Stillwell is demonstrating something, but so we will sort it out any way you cut it. This is not going to be sorted out until the second half. I believe that's when we will get it done because the players seem to have taken their gear off and gone to huddle under their tents. And while it is hot here, that usually is a halftime situation. So we will sort it out and bring it back for you when we can. You're watching the 2018 FIL World Championships. We'll be back in just a little bit.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore & Flanagan.
Have my new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore & Flanagan, delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore and
But I
Flanagan.
think it should go
Bigger selection.
Gentlemen.
Better service. Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade. Passion to protect.
Hi.
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
Is your insurance agent trapped? Probably. When agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop around to find you a better deal. Free to do what's right for you. Find an agent at trustedchoice.com.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and
Have
Flanagan.
my new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery. Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore and
But I
Flanagan.
think it should go
Bigger selection.
Gentlemen.
Better service. Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade. Passion to protect.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
Is your insurance agent trapped? Probably. When agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop around to find you a better deal. Free to do what's right for you. Find an agent at trustedchoice.com.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and
Have
Flanagan.
my new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery. Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore and
But I
Flanagan.
think it should go
Bigger
over
selection.
there with gentlemen.
Better service.
Yeah.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade. Passion to protect.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
Is your insurance agent trapped? Probably. When agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop around to find you a better deal. Free to do what's right for you. Find an agent at trustedchoice.com.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and
Have
Flanagan.
my new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
Specifically designed for lacrosse is the Freeze 2.0. You can get more information through the NB Lacrosse Instagram account, and you can shop at newbalance.com/lacrosse. Maverick Lacrosse is proud to be the official social responsibility partner of the 2018 FIL World Championships. With best-in-class design and input from the game's top players, Maverick is on a tireless mission to offer innovative, high-performance products. Nothing should get in the way of an athlete playing at their best. See more by following Maverick Lacrosse on Instagram. Maverick Lacrosse, powered by the player. So Belgium has 24 seconds left in its man advantage. They kick it up to Baker. That pass knocked down. Augustin of Spain with the defense. They get it over to Van den Wildenberg. Shot winds up being wide.
Good hustle by the goalie trying to steal that possession.
He looked at the ref and went palms up on him, and I don't normally like palms up, but because usually it's a player after they've made a mistake, but in this case it was like, really? So Baker with the ball and picks. Now Spillabine working the ISO on Beacon Palya. Shot wide. And they give the ball back to Belgium. Nice hustle there by De Quester, who's got 2 goals today. He's got 2. Baker has 3. Van den Wildenberg has 1. Gavazdin with that save.
Saw that thing the whole way.
Spillabine. So I talked about Gavazdin and the change of the mask. At the very first game of the tournament, and I have done all but one of their games, there was a problem where they didn't have masks with throat guards. And actually Gavazdin, as that one is turned over by Sabatini and picked up by Van Wildenberg. Van den Wildenberg.
Get it right, it's the longest name in the tournament.
Gotta keep every syllable in there. They just heard the Belgian coaches telling their player, don't do that rolled pass.
Yeah, I don't know how many people can actually say that that's helpful in any sense.
Well, what the ref just did wasn't helpful either. He went to get a ball off the field. He wound up kicking it underneath, all the way underneath the fencing.
But thankfully we have tape for that, so he is forever on in the internet world. So
That
he has
feed
that
is
shit.
errant, and is it going to get out of bounds? It does. So it will be Argentina's ball. And, you know, we talked about Maverick being the social responsibility partner for the games. Everybody here has a social media presence. Argentina, it's Argentina_lax on Twitter. And Argentina Lacrosse on Facebook. That one heaved in front by Janssens. Picked up and controlled by Belgium. Now with Van den Wildenberg. Guarded by Mendy. That is not necessarily the matchup anybody wants. You don't want to really go against the lead defender on most teams.
The only thing to hope of is the small attackman there stays little and hopefully catches one off the helmet or gets around on a step. But he did a great job of getting around and getting the ball out.
Baker feeds that over to Drevers.
Great
save by Gavazdin. Kicks out the leg and the stick at the same time. That's what he does. That gets to Beacon Palya on the pass. So Argentina gets its first real possession of the second half. The ball in the stick of Matt Gudis, who already has a couple of goals today.
If I'm Argentina here, I'm taking that grinder mentality to heart here and taking some time off the clock. Let defense rest, look for a good shot. And
Instead, however,
yep,
they feed it into the center of the field. And it winds up being picked off by Brendan Murphy. Murphy gets that back to Drevers. Emil Drevers. Emil and his brother Louis. Louis is the older at 28. Emil is 26. They do not play for the same team. But they play for the same team here, obviously, but when they're back in Belgium. And the Belgium League, as I said, 10 teams, but because Belgium is so small, it's more almost like a city league. It's almost like playing around Boston, where, you know, you can drive an hour and get a game in. You can drive an hour and a half and get a game in. As opposed to Argentina, where the country's very big, and anything that's outside of Buenos Aires is way outside.
Do you think there's a lot of trash talking at family gatherings between the two of them?
You have to wonder a little bit. You have to wonder. I mean, the good news is you get to see your brother on the field. The bad news is you might be going at him a little bit. Although Emil is a midi and Louis is an attacker.
A lot of probably backyard ripping sessions on the net.
There you go. So that's Stepman with the ball fed in front.
Oh, great pass. That was a great look.
Van den Wildenberg can't come up with it. There, I got all the syllables in.
Getting better and better every time. It's going to just flow off the tongue pretty soon.
I think it already does. That was the point.
You are gifted.
So Gavazden has the ball. Settled clear for Argentina.
You see with the no time limit clears, you see a lot of soft rides, guys packing in at the midfield line and trying to kind of force everyone to be in the middle there and hopefully getting a mismatch or seeing a midi on an attack man or vice versa.
Flag down on the far side. Gudis rolls it back to his left. A little too much club, sends that a little wide.
Yeah, you want to give a donation to the forest.
The children of Netanya who have fallen in love with lacrosse, they know where they need to go to get lacrosse balls. It's in those woods right back there.
Quite a bit of orange rocks back there.
And those orange rocks are provided by Signature Lacrosse. Signature is a premier equipment manufacturer on a mission to gear up the future of lacrosse with quality products that grow and enhance the sport. Learn more at signaturelacrosse.com.
And veterans all over the world. These guys
Octavio Bernabo, ball to Weber, back to Bernabo, comes across. Off the post.
Hype. Goalie's best friend. Goalie's best friend. That was a great placement. You know, you got to aim small, miss small, just inside.
Just unlucky for Bernabo on that one. He had McKeel's beat, but he didn't have the post beat. So the man up is over.
Ball's on the ground. It's got a. Here comes that wild scrum. Shoot.
Wow.
Back in the box, back to the cooler.
Why would there be a penalty there? I don't think Matt Gudis had the ball. But nobody's going to stay and argue. The answer is you run to the box because penalty time can't start until you're seated. And like, don't get up. It was funny, I was watching another game where the guy who was in the box went up to get some water, right? And here we are having hydration breaks and everything else. And he'd ask for water and nobody could bring it to him, so he takes like 2 steps out of the box. And Gudis saves Mikkel.
Saved by the defender. I'll say this, regardless if they agree with the ref or not, the guys do come off. You don't see much arguing with the ref.
No, because they'll wind up adding penalty time. But literally, the guy stepped away to grab some water, and they stopped the clock for the 3 seconds he was away. And Gudis' pass sails on him. So Belgium.
Well, having that ref in the box is very interesting for me because it seems like there's refs everywhere.
Well, there are 5 on each game. There are 4 on the field and then a 5th bench official. And our officials today from all over: Graham McDonald from Canada, Michael Leahy from England, Dave Malmquist from the U.S., and Kazuto Moribe from Japan.
Nice cross section. Just all the countries being represented.
They do a lot of that. They really try to do a lot of that. And because refs are wearing a number, so except for the bench official, didn't get the name of the bench official, but I know he's got an Eastern European accent. And the assignments are given out basically a day before. People don't know who they're going to work. They had various rules about when anyone could start to do their own country or their own region. So in the early games, it's not allowed. In the later games, it's important to have the best refs. And not that you don't have the best refs, but to make sure that everybody can communicate and you have the best refs. So the finals tend to be English speakers, and they will include U.S. and Canadian referees, even though the U.S. and Canada is in there. I mean, after all, refs should be able to show no real favoritism.
Correct.
And the vast majority of them do a great job. So the ball kicks out wide to DeQuesta. Fed behind. Over to Drivers, now Spillabine. High to Van den Wildenberg. So the ball with DeQuesta again.
Seeing some picks down low, trying to free somebody up. Maybe get a defensive switch that they'd like to see. Double coming.
Mendy.
Nope. Slide. Recover.
And it's Baker with the ball. And they've been told to keep it in. And Baker sticks it, and worse for Argentina, unless they call that a hold.
So Baker said he's going to keep it in the back of the net for him. Looks real comfortable back there.
So we're waiting to hear the call for sure. So we've come to a break in the action. It's a media timeout here. We will take it with them. Our score from Netanya: it's Belgium 7, Argentina 5, and Belgium will be on the man up when we come back. You're watching the 2018 FIL World Championships.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and Flanagan.
My new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Come together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery. Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore and
But I
Flanagan.
think it should go
Bigger
over
selection.
there with gentlemen.
Better service.
Yeah.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade. Passion to protect.
Epic Lacrosse, the leader in technologically advanced lacrosse equipment, is proud to be the official head, shaft, glove, and arm protection of the 2018 FIL World Championships in Netanya. Epic is proud that so many teams from around the globe trusted it for all of their gear needs here. Epic Lacrosse, live, play, be. Chuck Jaffe with Matt Jewers. Let us get you up to date. First off, it was not Kyle Baker with the goal. It was Diego Spillabine who got his first of the game. Then it was a 1-minute penalty on a cross-check that has Nicholas Hovakimian in the box for Argentina. So a man up right away for Belgium with, as we came back to action, a little bit over 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So Matt, this is a critical juncture because, again, we talk about how Argentina not necessarily built to come back. They'll come back from 3, and they're now going to have to come back from 3 as that ball fed inside to Luca Voto.
Well, it's going to start at the face-off X. They're going to have to start winning some possessions at face-off, valuing the ball, and getting some good shots. That's the only way a grinder team is going to be able to get back is possession by possession. So, you know,
and they basically haven't had the ball this quarter. They were down by 1 entering the third quarter.
Right.
And it's now a 3-goal disadvantage. And this is a critical time because 4 goals, and that's that part where coming back becomes that much harder.
And that's not going to help. You know what I mean? A violation at the face-off X is not going to help. And
well, Sabatini taking draws is something we haven't seen a lot of. And a slightly different lineup for Argentina as they play defense. Nice check there to dislodge the ball. Juan Cruz Vidiri with the body check. It was he and Bruno Stretti who helped to strip the Argentinian player. Mendy, that ball's floating around.
Yeah, it's anybody's ball.
Gets back to Marty Ferron. Ferron gives it over. Artur Mila. And you know, the defender that we haven't mentioned for Belgium, and I got to watch this play a little bit as Baker has the ball and he's always a threat, is Matteo Verpaal, who turned 25 the other day, and when this game is over, they weren't able to really celebrate his birthday. There will be some alcohol involved in a birthday celebration when this game is done. Happy 25th birthday, Mr. Verpaal.
What a great time to celebrate it, too.
Well, you had it on your team. You had Michael Haller.
Yes, and
from Switzerland, defender who turned 35.
Yes,
had a game on that day.
And we had a very subtle celebration, and I will turn it over to the captains later on this evening.
Gavazden stops Baker. Great stop as Baker was on the doorstep. Good hustle by Tim DeQuester to get the ball back.
Now, Chuck, fatigue is going to come into a factor for these guys.
Another great save.
Wow.
Gavazden 2 in a row on the doorstep. And then he gets the ball off to Weber.
Now they got to possess here. Argentina's got to possess here and give the defense a break. Get a quality shot on goal. They can't rush, but that's not their game. So now it's about setting the offense up and being able to see the goal.
Well, they've got to get quality opportunities. You don't want to kill too much clock, especially in a game like this one where both teams are saddled with having to always ask how much time is left.
Right.
You know that there's plenty of time left, but you want to try to keep in, and Coach Merrill Stillwell is rotating a lot of players in. He's deep into his bench, and he's been doing a lot of it on the defensive side. Weber comes over the top. Remember, he's got 2 today, and now he's got 3.
And there you go. That's great. Some of these guys are feeling a little extra sauce on the celebrations when they're done. So we saw 2 back-to-back quality goals, and now get ourselves right back in it. So yet again, it goes back to, can Argentina compete at the face-off X? to get them another opportunity to score without putting more pressure on the defense.
On the last draw, they had Lucas Sabatini. Now they go back to Karugati. He's matched up with Tomas Ley.
This is where your gamers, your competitors rise up and really show the way for your team. There you go.
Karugati comes away with it. Karugati
looking to call his old number.
And David McKeels with that save.
Heard his theme
Airmails
music.
that pass. Nice play there. Luciano Aguero.
Now, if you're Belgium, you know the clock is a little bit on your side. You don't want to get Argentina feeling good, so you really have to be careful with the ball.
Wow! From his knees, Alex Weber gets his 4th of the game.
Wow, that's got to get everybody. If you're in a blue jersey, you're fired up and you're ready to go to work. That right there was a big time goal for Argentina.
That's a goal scorer's goal. Weber, and he clearly believes that they can't stop him, but, and Gouda should feel pretty much the same way because they've been able to get free for their shots. However, it's been possession that has been their problem. So now, two of the goals of that 3-goal differential have been erased, and this is what Argentina has been doing. The question is, can they grind some more?
Just hanging around.
That, by the way, was not really a grinder's goal, except for the fact that Weber got the shot off as he was about to be beaten into the turf. But when you're capable of scoring from your knees, that's a goal scorer.
That's next level stuff.
So Mendy and Raul Mendy, he's got a short stick. Mendy is not afraid to go to the cage. He's a threat every time he's in the offensive zone.
Wow, great pass, and we are nodding.
Raul Mendy feeds it off to Octavio Bernabo. Bernabo with his 1st of the game, and we're knotted at 8-8.
How's that motivation? Let's call a timeout here. If you're Belgium, got to regroup the troops.
And I've been doing this for a while. The celebration between Mendy, the little hand jive that he was doing between Mendy and Beacon Palya. Either they've been doing that silently or someplace that I wasn't watching, but that one was interesting. And yeah, no question, Argentina fired up. They have ground their way all the way back. Now, they have been in this position earlier this week. This next one is emotional as well, because if you grind all the way back and you give up the next one, then it's like, uh-oh, here we go again.
And
but
it looks like
Karugati gets free, but has it taken away by Ley. Drevers couldn't come up with it, and they say it's Argentina ball. And so here is Alex Weber matched up against Brendan Murphy. Ball's out with Beacon Palya. Beacon Palya has one today. And now Argentina doesn't really have to do much of anything.
If you're Belgium, you have to know where 29 is now for the next, at least for the rest of the game, because he's showing right now that...
Well, short sticks are matched up on Beacon Palya, who would prefer his right anyway. That's what they're giving him. And he scores!
Wow.
Angelo Beacon Palya gets his 2nd of the game. And Argentina has come from 3 down with a 4-goal run.
El Tano.
You bet. El Tano with the goal. You bet Belgium wants to take a timeout.
He said, allow me to reintroduce myself, because didn't he score earlier today?
He did. Well, the interesting side there, they gave him his right. And he's a strong right-handed player. They gave him the alley, and he said, that's right up my alley. Wow. Took it and fired that past David McKeels from Belgium. 4 straight goals in short order.
Wow.
For Belgium. It's for Argentina, rather. It is now Argentina 9, Belgium 8. We'll be back to see what's next, because this game, again, wildly entertaining, and we know there's more entertainment to come right here on the ESPN family of networks. You're watching the 2018 FIL World Championships.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and Flanagan.
That's my new living
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Come together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan, delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery. Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore and
But I
Flanagan.
think it should go
Bigger
over
selection.
there with gentlemen.
Better service.
Yeah.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan, delivering a better experience.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade, passion to protect.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
Is your insurance agent trapped? Probably. When agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop around to find you a better deal. Free to do what's right for you. Find an agent at trustedchoice.com.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and
Have
Flanagan.
my new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Come together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan, delivering a better experience.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and
Cascade Lacrosse on Instagram. Cascade Lacrosse, a passion to protect. Matt Jewer's my color guy. Matt, you know, Cascade has been running on Instagram all this stuff about helmets and who's got the best lids.
Absolutely.
So you're not allowed to pick Switzerland.
Oh.
You're not allowed.
You know that.
Switzerland has nice red duds.
They are the best.
But if it's not Switzerland, whose helmet do you like the most?
Oh, in a walk, it's Finland. Finland, it's just they have their mascot there, the Norse god or whatever. If you ever get a chance, get a gander at that thing. That is quite impressive. So I'm impressed. A lot of these guys have shown a little flair. A lot of them went basic. They just all look really, really smooth and good-looking helmets across the board.
Karugati wins the ball out. Defensive pressure till they can cross the line. Beacon Palya gets that ball ahead to Gudis, and Gudis right away has a short stick matchup. Argentina on the offense. Belgium better had recognized what they've got here, because Gudis, there they go, they make that switch. Volatile swings it high. Sabatini.
Belgium needs a good stop here. I mean, they're kind of on their heels a little bit.
So you've got, on their heels a little bit, maybe even more than that. Brendan Murphy, who's guarding Alex Weber, made no bones about the fact he was upset, and he talked about it pretty hard. Great save there by McKeels.
Gets the clear here as they work it around, and they're trying to get their offense.
Does that little roll back into the crease.
His little signature move, if you will.
Yeah, because nobody else wants to sign their name to it.
Well, hey, it's working for him. Keep doing it, I guess.
That ball gets forward in the stick of Gaspard Lenz. Lenz gives it back to Guillaume Noack.
I can't be more impressed.
They chalked that up in the Weber-Murphy battle as a win for Murphy. And,
and Murphy, quite honestly, Murphy needed to win that battle. If he hadn't, that would have been ugly. You chew your teammates, you better then lead by example. And he chewed his teammates in that one.
At that time, you got to lead, and I think at that he's frustrated. He wants to win. Everybody wants to get after it, and he's a leader on that team, so he wanted to voice.
Baker tries a twister, can't get it in. Well, I'm not saying that him chewing his teammates was inappropriate. I'm not. I think it was very appropriate, and especially the fact that they gave up 4 goals in short order to go from a 3-goal lead to a 1-goal deficit. But if you're going to take that,
you got to step up.
Because otherwise, you fracture the team. Otherwise, you wind up in a situation where, at least during that game, hey, you're yelling at me, but it's your guy that's taking you to the rack.
Right in the middle of the field,
and you lose credibility.
Well, and that's why this possession really important. Not that they have to score here, but just that they take some time and they kind of get their wits about them. As we're into the fourth quarter.
Got a little bit of a brush to the face. Refs didn't see it, but all right, let them play. Let the boys play.
Wow. Baker his number is obliterated on his back. His wife has enough laundry to do as they have a new baby.
Oh, she's not going to be happy with that jersey. Hopefully they can get it to the
laundry in time. There is laundry services here that teams are using. There's a lot of stuff that makes this event. There's a lot of stuff you don't think about when you just watch the games at home and you think the guys come here and play. But it's just things like the money transfer where, we've got 46 countries and something like 20 currencies.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to this. And this being my first one, I was overwhelmed the first day. I was like, wow, there is even just logistics bus-wise, getting to and from the fields at an appropriate time to warm up and ice baths and the whole nine. It's quite a process.
So Spillabine with the ball gives that one over. Thibaut Stepman. Stepman driving Sabatini. Gets past the double team. Feeds it out high, but it gets knocked down.
That's a dangerous pass going through. The Argentina's done a good job of keeping their sticks up in the air. So those passes across crease have a good chance of getting either knocked down or picked off. So
off the post. Baker again, just trying to get more dirt on his jersey.
Well, if you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. You might as well get the whole thing caked on at this point.
And that one caught a piece of the post from Vanden Wildenberg.
Yeah, and goalie's letting the defense have it, making sure he's letting them know they got to get on these guys. Can't just let them just start flicking the ball at the goal.
Spillabine has a goal. Comes back to his right, gives that up. Shot wide.
And Argentina's going into the box for a few to hang out.
Yeah, it looks like Beacon Paglia is going to be the one. So we'll see if we can't hear exactly what they've got. So, yep, Beacon Paglia is in the box. Man-up opportunity, down by 1. Baker over to Voto.
We got a great game, Sweden.
Spillabeen. Down low, Van den Wildenberg. Spillabeen high on that bounce shot.
They're rotating that man through the crease. If they get that ball spinning hot enough, they could see a nice little feed inside there that could really be beneficial for Belgium.
Kyle Baker, he scored 1 today coming around this way. Spillabeen moves the ball, keeps it moving. Van den Wildenberg tries to skip pass, shot high by Baker.
They're getting looks. So, Dobbins needs to be ready.
So, even now as Gudis comes in.
Good man down for Argentina.
Still, Baker looking for it here. Shoots that wide. Mendy needs to be quicker to get out on him.
Good sign for Argentina that the goalie's still moving quick to the ball. He's still flying around, so he's still seeing it, and he's still got life in his legs. So I don't think you're going to see anything cheap sneak by him. So
the question turns the corner, working on Gudis. Fed in front. Little shovel attempt, twister attempt, reverse twister attempt, truthfully, from Luca Vatot. Trying to turn the corner here.
Does.
Spillabeen.
Oh. Argentina
Wow.
dodged the bullet on that one. Top side on that. That was a shooter's delight right there.
That was pretty funny, actually, watching the refs throw the ball out.
Yeah, I was trying.
We're so used to it in the United States.
That was kind of painful to watch, actually.
that throwing motion is so normal and natural, and if you haven't done it and you're an adult, yes, you're going to throw that way.
Yeah, that was.
So that's one of those cultural differences.
Yeah, I was going to ask if everything was okay.
Baker from the outside. That ball bounces all the way back.
Did that hit Mendy?
Oh, and you're going to have a.
What?
If they don't call it a push, it winds up going to Bernabo. Bernabo by himself drops it back. Gudis gets it back.
Wow.
Might have wanted to hold that one.
Yeah. The goal looks big right now for Argentina, but it's not that big. So,
and Alex Weber, the funny side there, Alex Weber wasn't sure he could go over. So he kind of stepped over, and he could. He was perfectly fine. And the Belgians were yelling offsides.
Right.
When the ball wasn't in the zone, it wouldn't have been until he came back that they were offside.
Hey, they had to try, right? they had to
do something.
Yeah, they had to try.
So Suster, Juan Ignacio Suster-Stich. His name, I've done 7 games. I keep wanting to add an extra T into his name every single time. Suster-Stich. Gudis gets back to his right, feeds that one down low. Bernabo, hands free, and it's in off of McKeels.
It was a great play.
Octavio Bernabo, just when I thought I was going to have to say one more time, he needed to take an extra step. No, he didn't. He goes short side because he hits the goalie and has it trickle in. And it's now Argentina 10, Belgium 8.
As a goalie, that's super frustrating. To have it hit you and then go in, that's a double whammy. You want to really just kind of give a good shout after those ones.
Trusted Choice is the official partner of the 2018 FIL World Championships. Protect what matters most. from business to home, auto, and life. Trusted Choice independent insurance agents are there for you when disaster strikes. TrustedChoice.com is where you can find a local agent today. Nice face-off there.
A tough time handling it, though.
Yes, he did. Jesse Henning won the draw but couldn't keep the ball, and it goes over to Weber. And let's see what the Argentinians start to do if they start to make the clock their friend.
Right on the cross kick.
I think you at this point you want to hold, but you still want to take good shots. You know, I think it's important to kind of allow the pressure, but you don't have to pull and pray it's going to go in.
So Gudis driving, gets to goal line extended, turns back to his right. Remember, good gun with both hands.
Cross check. That's why the chef.
You know, a lot of players have a good gun on one hand and they have a good shot on the other, but it's not a big sidearm rip with both.
Especially in this tournament, you see guys strong with one hand. So, you know, number 3 is getting an advantage on a lot of guys with being able to go use both sides of the field. So it's really tough if you're a defensive midi to be able to kind of shade him and force him to one way.
Gudis gets the ball behind the cage to Volatile. Up high, and from the outside, it's Weber. That's goal number 5 for Alex Weber. And Argentina is now officially in control of this game. It's 11-8. So we've come to a timeout in the action. We will take it with them. With 8:50 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's Argentina 11, Belgium 8. You're watching the 2018 FIL World Championships from Netanya, Israel.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flanagan, 3-day delivery.
Do not mention delivery.
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture?
Let me show you.
Wow.
Raymore and Flanagan.
My new living room.
Bigger selection.
That is beautiful.
Better service.
Together, right?
No.
Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less.
Isn't it great?
That's what I needed.
Awesome.
Where'd you say she got her furniture from?
Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
She only went furniture shopping 3 days ago. There's no way it got there so quickly. She said everything was available in stock, 3-day delivery. Wow. Why didn't we get that?
Ever wonder if there's a better way to shop for furniture? Raymore and
But I
Flanagan.
think it should go
Bigger
over
selection.
there, gentlemen.
Better service. Guaranteed delivery in 3 days or less. Raymore and Flanagan. Delivering a better experience.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade. Passion to protect.
To Cellebrite's leading digital intelligence solutions to make a safer world more possible. Visit Cellebrite.com to see how. And by JBC Money, the money transfer specialist for private and corporate clients. Start saving today with bank-beating exchange rates, no fees or commissions on your international money transfer needs, and with support for 60 different currencies. You can learn more at JBC Money. And Gladiator Lacrosse, which makes equipment designed and perfected by lacrosse players, specifically for players seeking to take their game to the next level. Visit gladiatorlacrosse.com. Chuck Jaffe with Matt Jewers, assistant coach for the Switzerland lacrosse team. Matt, what do you do to stop the bleeding? Because remember, it was a 3-goal lead. Now it's a 3-goal deficit. That is 6 in a row for the Argentinians.
Well, this helps getting a possession, understanding that you have time. It's only 3 goals. Lacrosse is a game of runs. You have Baker. You have some other shooters on the team. It's throw and catch. Make sure you guys are making good decisions with the ball and just go to work. You guys know what you're doing. You know what I mean? And that's what you're saying in the huddle. Nothing crazy yet. And on defense, you got to get out on hands. You got to make sure that that guys are working extremely hard on defense.
Well, the Argentinians, they're not extending. They're happy to let the clock work against the Belgians. Beacon Palya met up. Now it's Jochmans with the ball, fed in front. Stopped by Gavazdin, and Gavazdin made some great saves. Juan Ignacio Sustersic. Suster, running that wing, manages to survive that check from Jochmans. Now he's got a big stick. And I'm a little surprised that Merrill Stillwell didn't protect him a little bit, but he feels comfortable with Suster. But now that you're inside of that water break timeout, you might use a timeout on possession.
Absolutely, and coach has got it, in his back pocket, just waiting. But as of right now, if you're Argentina, you're feeling good right now. Everybody, it seems like everything you're throwing at the goal is going in. So you're gonna see some freewheeling stuff, and if it gets out of control, coach can call it.
And here's Weber, who entered today with 22 goals and 7 assists. He's now got
a little bit more than that now.
Well, yeah, he's got 27 goals. Matched by Hunter, cuts back, keeps his feet out of the crease somehow, bangs that off of Hunter. Stays with Argentina and Beacon Palya. But now they have to keep it in, so a little less ability to set things up. Beacon Palya,
for the first time in a while,
guarded by Verpel, Mateo Verpel, the birthday boy. Beacon Palya, great save, and it wouldn't have mattered because he stepped in, but we'll give McKeel's credit for what was a great save.
And I'm sure he'd really like that credit at this point. He'll take what he can get. I'm curious, though, that Belgium is still staying a little farther back from the Argentina guys, not pressuring out a little bit more, hopefully trying to get the ball a little bit. Because if they can get out there, Argentina can slowly chip away at the time by dancing around in front of them.
Well, they cross over. They're not there. They're not there. That should have been offsides, and yes, they get the call.
Mental mistake will get them.
Ball picked up here by Sweet.
Verpel didn't get that call close enough because it's your birthday.
That's what happens, and
there is nothing tranquil. Coach Merrill Stillwell was yelling tranquilo, which is their version of yellow. They are slowing the ball down, but no slowdown in Ryan Volatile. No tranquilo, volatile meaning volatile. And that was a volatile shot that rips the back of the net.
At this point, if you're the coach, the boys are just playing now. You're just watching. You're just a fan.
Exactly. You sort of want to say at this point, you'll call it, but that's one of those no, yes things. And let them go, because right now everything they're doing seems to be pretty magical. A back and forth game on the far side, that was interesting. Peachy.
Especially considering, Chuck, this is the last time this specific team is going to be together.
Weber can't pick it up. Goalie's out.
Waiting for that last shot.
Nice hit.
Go a little earlier, wait.
Also surviving that hit. Good play there by Florian Lamarck. Lamarck gets it over to
great job.
The defense.
Let's see what the Belgians can do here.
Artur Milla gets the ball off to the wing.
Ball at X.
And it's easy to figure out where Kyle Baker is, aside from the fact that he's wearing Raul Mendy like a shadow. He's got at least 2 pounds of Israeli dirt on his shirt.
He looks like he's got half the field on him.
So yeah, it's Belgium in the white, except for one guy who's in the dirt, and then Argentina in its blue. Spillabine gets that ball up to Noack. Drevers. Stepman. T-ball Stepman.
So you'd like to see some of the guys on the outside kind of at least test some of these defenders out, at least step in, make themselves a threat instead of just working the ball around.
Emil Drivers. Gavazdin again gets a piece of it.
Yeah, Gavazdin's feeling it now.
So they said that Lautaro Perez Catan, Peachy as he's known by his teammates, well, what he did there was not entirely peachy. That is Americanized.
Ouch.
No, it was Americanized because he's not called peachy like for that kind of peachy. It has a different meaning.
Cool. Moving forward.
Little push there. We'll see how they call it. Yeah. Indeed, they called it against Argentina. So Belgium wants to talk about it to see if they can figure out something that they can do that'll make things better for them, get them back into it, because they have given up the last 7 goals. And there's 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in regulation, so we've gotten to stop time. So while they take a break, well, let's not take a break here, Matt. You got 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. And as much as, well, you know, you and I have seen miracles in lacrosse. Heck, the Argentinians the other night trying to come back against Slovakia scored, there were 28 seconds left. And Ryan Danahy, my broadcast partner, and I were talking about could they do it? And I said, come on, we've seen comebacks like this. And I've seen, you know, 2 goals scored in less than 10 seconds. And indeed, they scored with 10 seconds left, and with 1 second left, they banged one off the post. But you're 4 down here with 2:46. You have been winning face-offs off and on. How quickly, you know, do you have to start to say, we'll take it? I mean, they've been being very patient, still looking for a good shot. Do you at some point sort of say, hey, Kyle, here's the ball, your time?
I think so. I think without going crazy, I think you have to understand the clock, and I think you have to tell your players, like, you know, you got to kind of ratchet it up a gear without being crazy. I definitely think that you need to tell your face-off guys, look, listen, every time we go to X, we have to come up with the ball. I mean, there's no question that every time you go to X, if you don't come up with the ball, you're dramatically decreasing your opportunity.
They got to score first, and the way they're going to do that, they're just going to give Baker the ball to start the game.
You have to. You have to.
That timeout was brought to you in part by Quorum Watches. Quorum's the official timekeeper of these 2018 FIL World Championships. They believe in creativity and boldness as their guiding principles, and you can learn more at quorum-watches.com. Baker and Spillabine up high. Spillabine draws the short stick. Feeds that down low. Gavazdin or the post stopped that one. I think it was Gavazdin.
He's got to take one more step up. There was really no angle there, and Gavazdin did a great job of just shutting it down, but he's got to take a step up and open that back half of the cage.
Ball swings wide to Spillabine. Again, we cannot see the game clock, but we know it was under 2:40, and that shot from Spillabine, man, Gavazdin, he has absolutely changed this game.
Yep, absolutely. That looks like a basketball to him right now. He's just feeling it.
That long pass to Mendy. Now Mendy, like I said, is always a threat when he's got it.
And he's definitely doing it now.
And I think Argentina's like,
that's
how
a little much.
How about we were going for Tranquilo last time and we didn't get it. This time, maybe Tranquilo's a good idea. I mean, Argentina, I have to say, having been around the team, aside from a great spirit, when they, like, Merrill Stillwell has these great videos of the team. has these great videos of the team when they are coming to the games on the bus, just rocking out. When they won their first game here against Hungary, the song that they sang afterwards was just wild in terms of the camaraderie and the lifetime memories that it builds. You know, we've seen some pretty amazing things, and although they're going to finish 30th, they actually are finishing behind some teams that they beat, which is a little bit surprising, and even those coaches have said probably not deserved. So for them, it's been their best ever showing. They've got coverage in the newspapers down in Argentina, which they've never really had before, and more. And the result, as good as they could expect, and they have embraced every moment. If you've listened to some other games or watched some other games in this tournament, you know there have been plenty of Argentinians doing the broadcast. Why? Well, we invited Coach Stillwell to do some games, and he said, well, James Miller, my assistant coach, he's got some broadcast experience. And then it was Alex Weber. Well, he's done stand-up and hosted open mic nights.
Okay.
And Mike Gavazden, he was like, I'm in, let's go. And then it was Raul Mendy, he's like a communications major among other things at Tufts. And even going down the list to Mariano Flores Leches, whose name I really haven't talked about much this week. Mana does some radio apparently in Argentina in Spanish, but he speaks flawless English. So he came and did a game. So, you know, all that stuff, they have said, let's have the full experience.
Right.
Before they played the Czech Republic, everyone was talking about how they had lit up Tel Aviv the night after they won their first game here. And then they went and lit up the Czechs. So they've played well, they have competed hard, and nobody has had more fun than Argentina here. That double team takes it away from Sustrasic. Flag's gonna be down. That's what Argentina cannot afford to do.
Right.
So we get another stoppage.
I mean, I think that is the best thing about these games. I mean, I can sit here and toot the horn of my players. And
while we wait for them to sort everything out, not much time left.
Right.
Honig's is proud to be the official provider of game day apparel for referees at the 2018 FIL World Championships. Founded in 1984, Honig's is the right call for refs, umps, and officials across the globe and around the United States, no matter the sport. Stopped by Gavazden. You can get more information at honigs.com. Honig's, the right call for over 30 years. Gavazden, the right call in net for this whole game.
Absolutely. I agree. But what I was saying, Chuck, is every team, I think for the most part, has really embraced the spirit of these games, which is, you know, work hard, play hard, try to get to meet different teams, learn about cultures, you know, just embrace the soul of this, you know. And
that pass from Gavazden to Mendy. Runs away from trouble, has it checked out of his stick.
If we had an extra 2 hours, I can tell you about the fun we've had. But I think, the Swiss guys would, you know, kill me. And secondly, you know...
it might not be appropriate for our audience.
Absolutely. But, you know, the thing is I'm sure every coach or assistant coach would come up here and at least share with you some wonderful, you know, videos and stuff like that. And I think that's what makes lacrosse wonderful, you know. So I think it's great.
Belgium calls a timeout because they want to talk it over. We'll try to get a call of how much time is left. Meanwhile, I'll remind you that Cascade is the #1 helmet in lacrosse, and it's proud to be the official helmet of the 2018 World Championships. See more by following Cascade Lacrosse on Instagram. Cascade Lacrosse, a passion to protect. And you can check out their Instagram feed, get all of the looks at the various lids. The Iroquois with their 3 helmets, they've been a popular choice here. They have been a popular choice.
So I throw it to you, Chuck. What is because you've seen...
I have seen more than half of the teams. I have to tell you, I really don't know.
Oh, cop out.
No,
come on.
You know,
it can't be Argentina. Well, it can't be Argentina.
Well, if we're just reading a Cascade ad, it can't be Argentina because Argentina does not wear Cascade helmets.
Right. Well, I'm just throwing it.
But I do like Argentina's helmets. They're very simple.
Right.
You know, Finland is a good pick. Hungary and Turkey.
Ooh.
I think Turkey, who I'm actually getting to do for the first time, so I haven't had a great look at their gear, but their gear has always been very cool. So I like those. You know, my problem is that I've had a number of people tell me Jamaica, and I haven't seen the Jamaicans play. I've had a couple of people tell me they really like Uganda, and I haven't seen Uganda play. So, you know, that for me is part of the issue. I've gravitated more. I used to not like the metallics, and now I like the metallics when they do it in ways that kind of make you look faster. It's sort of akin to, you know, in the old days, if you wanted to look slow, you'd put on black cleats, and if you wanted to look fast, you'd put on white cleats.
Yep.
Fed in front, Suster Stitch stopped. 45 seconds when we started.
Well,
there's Flores Leshes. Flores Leshes chases after it.
Well, we played the Jamaicans, and it doesn't matter what they put on, they were fast.
They were fast.
They were fast.
But you know, it's like Penn State used to wear the white uniforms with the black cleats. Look, and I think now, you know, I really like kind of matte finish.
Yep.
But then I like a little matte with just a little bit of flair, and so, you know, that applies to a couple of teams here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That pass inside, unable to be handled.
I will say Uganda has a great color scheme for their, you know, for where their country is and stuff. It really suits them.
So Brendan Murphy heads to the box slowly. That is as slowly as I have seen any player come off. And he is very upset. He was, like we said, he ripped his teammates when they had the timeout at the end of the third. He was very upset the last timeout. That pass from Flores Leshes misses Volatile. And the ball goes over to the birthday boy. And they will celebrate his birthday. They say it actually is staying with Argentina. They will celebrate his birthday as if they won. And they did, because they were participants here at the World Championships.
They did a great job.
No matter what you say about the level of competition, folks, if you look and go, wait, I'm watching because they know somebody, etc., but I don't know that this level of lacrosse would beat a really good high school team in my state or whatever. Let's explain it this way. These guys, they can all say that they played in the World Championship. And as Josh Hawkins told me the other day when he and I were having this discussion, he said, look, I've done everything, but the one thing I can't tell you is that I played in the World Championship or scored in the World Championship. So as you watch the Argentinians celebrate, again, they've been one of the most fun groups. Tel Aviv, watch out. The Argentinians are coming tonight. We know that that's in their plans, and they take this one away by a final score of 12-8. So they scored the last 7 goals of the game to go from 3 down to being 4 up on the final. Great game, lots of fun. Matt, thanks so much for coming out and joining
Pleasure having me. Thank you for having me.
That's Matt Jewers. He is assistant coach for Switzerland Lacrosse. They are at Swiss Lacrosse on Twitter. Again, for Belgium, they're on Facebook at Belgium Lacrosse. They're on Instagram at Belgian Beasts. And Argentina is on Facebook at Argentina Lacrosse and on Instagram at Argentina_Lax, I believe. For Matt Jewers, I'm Chuck Jaffe. I'm on Twitter at Chuck Jaffe. Thanks so much. We've got many more games today. You can catch me and all of my broadcasting colleagues right up till the end. Lots more action yet to come. But thank you for joining us for the 2018 FIL World Championships. Again, Argentina 12, Belgium 8. Have a good day, everybody.
You better just stay up all night.
No way your furniture's here already.
Raymore and Flair.